So there now we're talking about having knowledge of how the rodent moves, why are they coming into a certain area? Why are they in my attic? How are they getting in my attic? They're underneath my cabinet. How did they get there? How are they getting there? So that you can build a trapping program that revolves around their traffic patterns.
So you've got knowledgeable people that are looking for signs that they've recognized from.
Yep. And it's a constant change. The rodent becomes very suspicious of a new object. So they may avoid it. So we might have to use things that are attractants to that for the rodent. We have products that are designed to do that. The rodent smells it. They want to come in and check it out now.
Hi, I'm Kenny Klaus, and this is State 48 Homeowner.
Hello, my friend, and welcome back to the State 48 Homeowner Podcast. And we have back as a guest Dave Burns from Burns Pest Elimination. Welcome back, Dave.
Hey, Scott, thanks for having me again.
So last time you were on the podcast, we talked about all the bugs and critters that we can find in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I think we left people with a lot of creepy, crawly feelings.
Hey, that's my job, right?
So let's talk about how we can get rid of them.
Sure.
And I want to talk about two different ways. One is the self-service, the DIY way. And I want to talk about some ways that the professionals do it, and especially the way that you guys do it.
Sure.
So let's start with the DIY. How are people able to do it themselves?
Well, first off, you have to determine what level of pestilence you're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. So some people have higher pestilence problems than others simply based around their lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You have kids. Kids leave doors open. They run in and out. You're going to see more pests than me, who my wife and I are empty nesters. We don't have kids. Once in a while, the grandkids will come over, but our doors aren't being opened and closed. People running in and out.
So you've actually seen my kids, then,
Absolutely. You're the I need a professional pest control guy.
And I've got Daisy going in and out of the doggy door.
Yes. Pets are another thing.
Yeah. She's dragging in whatever.
Exactly. We have what do you do in your backyard? How is it used? Are you a big entertainer? So do you have a lot of barbecuing and grilling going on that you might create an environment that ants or spiders are more happy in? So understanding what level of pestilence you're comfortable with and how much you and your personal life cause the problem. A do-it-yourselfer. The biggest thing to remember about do-it-yourself pest control is we aren't in the 70s and 80s anymore. We don't have that one pesticide that will cover the gamut. It will kill everything in sight. We don't have that anymore. The EPA and in general, our philosophy on pest control has gone to a much different approach. Now it's much smaller amounts of pesticide, much lower toxicity rates, more specific to the pest problem. So let's take ants, for instance. That's a big problem that most everybody will run across. Not all ants are created equal, meaning they don't all eat the same thing. We have ants that feed on protein-based products. So that's an ant that's going to be drawn to your grease, your barbecue, the ground. We have ants that are sweet-based. They're going to be drawn to debris or things left on the ground, or maybe the plants that you have. Fruit falls on the ground, breaks open. We have ants that are sweet based. Knowing the difference between what those ants' food source is will determine what product you would use. If you try to use a sweet based or sugar based product on a protein based ant, you're going to have horrible results. So understanding that, there are a lot of really good barrier type protections that a consumer can use. Glue boards are a great example of that. Please don't lay a glue board out flat. If you lay a glue board out flat, number one, it gets dust, and you get a lot of other things on there that really don't need to be on there, like your cat or your dog. And then understand that anything that gets on a glue board, you can take vegetable oil, olive oil, peanut butter, and you can work it in there and they'll all come off.
Okay.
Those glues will release using those types of oil. It's a little bit of work, but it can be done. So if your dog gets a nose in a glue board, take some olive oil, or peanut butter, and just start working it, and it'll release. Same thing, anything else that gets on there that you don't want to be on there. Now, if you fold them up like a teepee or a hut, you're less likely to get those things stepping on it or moving in it because it's designed for insects to walk into.
Okay.
Those are good. Put them around your garage. Both sides of the garage door and the man door going into your house. Those are great places to use those types of applications. Outside your back patio, around your barbecue, open the doors where you're keeping all your barbecue tools. It's a good place to keep them in there. It's another good way to determine what pest problem you might have. So maybe it becomes something that you get a solution to, or you need to look at the professional solution for it.
All right. So what should DIY people stay away from?
Well, I think the biggest problem, the problems we have that do-it-yourselfers sometimes try and they fail the most at is rodent control, rats and mice, scorpion control, and mosquito control.
Okay.
I think those are probably the biggest failure things. Some of the big intruders, like some of the beetles and things, they're seasonal, and a do-it-yourselfer homeowner usually doesn't have the equipment to cover the area that's necessary. Mm-hmm. So that might be another one. Again, Depends what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with.
So why the rats and mice?
Because they are very unpredictable. So you can't just put something down on the ground and catch a mouse or a rat. They are very suspicious. If you change something, they're going to avoid it. We typically try to in a residential setting. We as a professional, we don't ever use baits or poisons. That can be a very dangerous situation from the perspective of secondary poisoning, the rodent dying inside of a structure and creating an odorous problem later on. So most of the applications we use are some form of trapping.
Okay.
We physically trap the rodent and remove it. So now we're talking about having knowledge of how the rodent moves, why are they coming into a certain area? Why are they in my attic? How are they getting in my attic? They're underneath my cabinet. How did they get there? How are they getting there? And then looking at the outside and opening up the entire scope so that you can build a trapping program that revolves around their traffic patterns.
So you've got knowledgeable people that are looking for signs that they've recognized from.
Yep. Yeah. And it's a constant change. The rodent becomes very suspicious of a new object, so they may avoid it. So we might have to use things that are attractants to that for the rodent. We have products that are designed to do that. The rodent smells it. They want to come in and check it out now.
Okay.
So those are the professional side of things.
The Klaus team is different. With the Klaus team, you have someone on your side. Where you live and make memories is important. We have more unique strategies than anyone else to help you accomplish what matters most to you. We can help you with traditional real estate as well as other options such as our lease purchase programs. We can help you buy first then sell, and we can bring you instant offers. We're here to help our neighbors achieve the American dream and help them build wealth through home ownership. For more info or to start your home search, visit us online at Klausteam.com. All right, let's talk about some emerging technologies that you guys are using.
Okay.
Birds.
So, with the onset of solar, you can't drive through a neighborhood without seeing solar panels. They're everywhere. Pigeons on solar panels are a homeowner nightmare waiting to happen. The pigeons, those solar panels sit, 3, 4, 5 inches, sometimes more off of the off of the roof, and the pigeons will nest underneath those panels. Well, with pigeons nesting underneath the panels, the next thing to come is pigeon waste. Well, if you have a concrete tile roof, it's concrete, right? It's not a problem. No. When water hits that, it starts to get on the underlayment. When pigeon waste hits the underlayment of your roof, you will cut that life expectancy of that underlayment by 75%. It's that caustic of a material. It will etch concrete. It's just a mess. So we have a product.
And let's talk about the things that we've tried historically.
Okay.
So we've tried the little spikes.
Yep.
And
we see birds that make a nest in the spikes.
Yes.
So now they're nice and
they
comfy.
Seem to, they worked for a while. We've seen the plastic owls.
Yeah, the best one is when the plastic owl is there and the bird sits on top of the plastic owl. So you use bird spikes on top of the owl. Then you might accomplish something.
We've seen the little toy snakes.
Yes.
That we put on the roof.
Yes.
And what else have we seen?
Well, we have a lot of we see a lot of homeowners try their own exclusion. They'll use chicken wire and things like that.
Oh, we've seen the reflective
things. You see those a lot. Those are supposed to stop the bird from being able to fly in. They seem very uncomfortable with that. It works for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they get comfortable with it. So the thing about pigeons is when they're born there on your site, on your home, that is their home, and they will do everything in their power to come back to that.
Yeah.
And you could take a bird 50 miles away and let it loose, and it will come back to the area of your home underneath your solar panel, and it will live there again. So you have to do a much more permanent situation. We have a new product out that causes a disturbance in the bird's ability to navigate. Okay, so birds have
a disturbance in the force.
Yeah, it's pretty Star Warsy, but trust me on this, it works and it is amazing. So a bird navigates through some crystals that are set inside their beak, similar to the crystals that we have in our ears that cause us to get equilibrium issues. We get in the wrong direction and all of a sudden we get that dizziness. Well, we have a product now that does the same thing through the crystals of their beaks, their navigational system. So let's take a solar panel. We have the ability to take this electronic device and it's 2 inches in diameter, a 2x2 cube or circle. You can't see it from a distance. You don't know it's there, but once it's set up, the bird does. And as the bird starts to fly towards that solar panel or that rooftop, they run into this force that affects this crystal system in their beak, and all of a sudden in their world things just went black, and it's just like a pilot. I lost sight. Pull up. and the bird will fly to it. We have video. The bird will fly to it and all of a sudden get within the zone and pull right up and leave. They'll try it again and again and again, and pretty soon they go, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't like it, and I'm not coming back. And now we've created a permanent solution.
A no-fly zone.
The no-fly zone. and we specialize in putting those systems in. So we have done a lot of residential with it, but we've done a ton of commercial. So commercial properties like convenience store gas stations, the pump islands and the canopies over that. You see these ugly nets and you see those the flashers and you see all that. Inevitably, they all end up with the same thing. The birds breach it and they live there. Yeah. We put this system around, no more birds. Immediately. We flip a switch and you can watch the birds go away.
Wow.
It's really amazing.
So what are some other solutions?
For other insects or birds? Other insects. Mosquitoes are becoming more and more of a nuisance as our communities have changed. We've built out. Now we have water sources and things within our communities. So mosquitoes are becoming a much bigger problem. And with the vectors that mosquitoes carry, West Nile, chikungunya, those types of vectors that we really need to protect ourselves, our kids, and our animals from, mosquito control is becoming a real problem. We've always had commercial solutions for mosquito control. They just were never in an affordable manner for the residential. We now have products that are designed specifically for the residential application. So we have a product. We bring in a water source. It's a bucket, and we have a variety of different cosmetic changes we make to it. Some of them have fake plant material around it, so it looks like a potted plant. But inside, they all work the same way. There's a water source, and inside the water source is a product that's not toxic to humans or pets. It only affects the mosquito's ability to reproduce. And so this product is in there, and it's maintained on a monthly basis. The mosquito comes in there. It's affected by this birth control product. Doesn't allow the mosquito to reproduce. So then the mosquito population in general starts to diminish. Add to it a couple more little things like exterior pest control, using electronic lights around your patio area. You now have a situation where you can eliminate the majority of the mosquito, if not all the mosquito.
And so they have to have a water source?
A water source is what delivers this product. Yes.
So they have to have a bird bath or something like that?
No, we bring it all in. We set it all up. So we have the tubs.
Okay.
We have the tubs, and we put them in. They're not permanent. But they're heavy, so they stay on the ground. In some cases, we make them look like planters.
Okay.
We put them in and around shrubbery. We keep them away from your animals so that they just don't get curious and go poke around them. But the thing to remember is the product inside of it's not toxic. It won't affect your dog. Your dog can go in and drink the water out of it. The only thing the dog's done is taking the water away now.
Yeah, this is amazing stuff. I've been to Africa a couple of times, and I've been on malaria medication a few times.
Absolutely.
And so, this kind of stuff. I have to say we're incredibly grateful in the United States to not have to worry about malaria, but
yes,
some of the other things that mosquitoes do carry, we do need to be aware of. But
absolutely,
this kind of stuff is now. Is the county aware of this kind of technology?
Oh yeah, the county uses this technology all the time. They use it on a big scheme, so they might have an outbreak of say West Nile. In an area, and usually you'll see it in a given geographical area. It might be a square mile or a couple square miles. It's not a statewide or valley-wide thing. It's a community-wide thing. And so vector control, the county vector control, they will work with companies like us, and we will go in and set these up in common areas, and it will affect the entire area.
I grew up with aerial spraying in Southern California.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. That's a thing of the past.
That was fruit fly though.
Yeah. So there are some things that we still haven't figured out how to control, and aerial or broadcast applications are a means. But when it comes down to the mosquito, we found that these products are cost effective. When added to your general pest control service, it literally is a few dollars a month. To take care of it, and it's a long-term effect. So it's not going to happen overnight, but the long-term effect is the mosquito gets in it, they pick up this microscopic size particle, and then the next water source that they come to, they affect that, and the next water source, and the next water source. Scott, did you know a water bottle cap this size full of water, so set down, rain or hose filled in, that will breed 10,000 mosquitoes.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So when your treated mosquito lands inside of it, now every mosquito that lands inside that little plastic cap of water will be affected by this and will not be able to reproduce.
And they'll probably about half of them will find my daughter.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But over the long term, it will start to diminish, and pretty soon you stay up on it, and it's something that goes away. We're seeing a lot of homeowners associations bring this product into the community. They use the common areas. Now they're bringing in a service that's actually helping every community member.
Yeah, and it's amazing. You talk about just the little cap there, but when we have the monsoon season come in and just the little amount of standing water that exists in the common areas for just a short amount of time, and how much
the mosquitoes are on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I one of the things I love about your company is how many solutions you have. That's one of the things about Klausteam Real Estate Solutions is we have those solutions, and Burns Pest Elimination, same thing, is you guys have so many solutions, and we talk about how to control these bugs and critters, and you guys have those that standard service of coming in and on a monthly basis. Coming in and controlling that stuff in the yard, but then you're bringing in these other custom solutions.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. We pride ourselves on being cutting edge. People don't necessarily look at us in the pest control business as a solutions-based company. But most every pest problem you have, if you give us a call, we will be able to come up with a solution for you for your specific needs, your specific environment, and your specific goals. Everybody has different goals in life. Some people don't want anything to be put on their properties. Okay, so we come up with organic solutions, or we come up with controlled or exclusion solutions. We can come up with a plan regardless of what your overall goal is. We can meet those expectations.
Pet safe, kids safe.
Pet safe, kids safe. We work for you to come up with a solution that you're comfortable with. You know that every time our technician comes out, what he's doing on your property is solely based around what your needs and your expectations are.
So how do they start the conversation with you?
Telephone. Give us a call. You can call the office at 602-971-4782. A great, happy, solutions-based customer service rep is going to talk to you, find out what you need. Sometimes we have to do inspections. Sometimes we can give you the solution over the phone, or reach out on our website, BurnsPestElimination.com.
Thanks, Dave.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for spending time with us this week at State 48 Homeowner, the ins and outs of owning an Arizona home. You can connect with us for more information, submit topics you'd like us to further discuss. You can see relevant videos, give us feedback, answer your real estate questions, and more at state48homeowner.com.